every Friday on our website. Red feather deep. Here's the receiver who breaks a tackle. It's Bovine. Brantley trying to catch him. He won't. And Oklahoma City on the first play of their next drive busts it loose and they regain the lead. Are you kidding me? Tiberius Bovine once again making the big play. Unbelievable. One wide receiver either side for Mike, and Daza will flip it out to Sim, and Sim makes the play! 10-5 touchdown! The doctor is in! The Crabs have a lead! Oh, mama! There goes that man!
To the right, single receiver to the left. Dunhill to throw, has time, goes deep down the left-hand side. That was complete behind the defense. They can't catch him. 10-5 touchdown. Atlanta. Boo Chisholm does it again.
Hand off to English on a first down, trying to get it around the left-hand side. Takes the long way around, but still picks up the first down. Still on his feet, down the sideline. Johnny English past the 20, 10. He scores again. Touchdown, Honolulu. On one of the craziest runs after fake punt, pass, kick, whatever I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
Mama, there goes that man.
I mean, he goes 5 yards back before he scores.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment about that, but I'll keep my comments to myself because he took this one to the house. He was blazing. 51 didn't have a shot.
So the Skyhawks having trouble on first and second down sometimes in terms of moving the chains, but they have converted on a decent amount of these third downs. I believe they've only had to punt once. Snap back, handoff to English, right up the gut. English fights his way for a first down again, and can you believe that? Johnny English, that's the second time on third down the man has just taken the ball and ran right up the gut for a first. This is a man possessed, ladies and gentlemen. He wants this Skyhawk team to succeed, and it looks like he's...
Splint backs for Louis Ndula. Josh to throw, runs right into Big Sexy.
Big Sexy. Another country has heard from. Oh, yeah.
He just flew right by the offensive tackle. Gave him one little move and boop, down the quarterback went.
Split receivers and offside, and Snowden's going to take the handoff. Snowden, Richard Snowden spins back inside, breaks a tackle and scores. That's going to be a touchdown, DC. How in the world did he keep his balance and move the other way?
Wow, that's well, we were just talking about it too. You know, Snowden's got that ability to break away, and had he had more field there, he was definitely able to keep going. You know, he goes through the whole guy, doesn't have a whole lot of room there. One guy misses a tackle, he spins on him another, and shakes off that one right down there at the end and is able to get in there. So DC is shown early on. They set the pace with the first touchdown, and then they come and they answer back with a great drive there.
Walker's deep pass is picked off. That's interception number 3 on the night. Eddie Gage gets up and returns it to the 34. How about Baltimore's defense against Kevin Walker? He did not throw 3 interceptions all of last season in any game. And only 2 times in his career has Walker thrown at least 3.
These two defenses right now canceling each other out. Showing a blitz up the middle, they bring it. Bentley running right into it. Bentley gets away from it. Bentley's got a first down. Breaks a tackle. Ray Bentley, he's gone. And the Aztecs are going to score and get on the board. Welcome to the game, Ray Bentley. And the Aztecs are right back in it just like that.
Week 3 of Season 20 brings us a first-time clash between the Seattle Nemesis and the Indianapolis Ramblers from downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. Good afternoon, good morning to all you folks out there in YouTube land. In for the always punctual and fantastic Damon Simeon, I'm Tyler Falk. So happy to have you with us. Damon taking the day off today, and we send our thoughts and prayers to the Simeon family as Damon is back visiting his grandmother, who is very ill at the moment. We wish them all the best as well. And his regular partner is still with me, Eddie Gage. And Eddie, I'll let you take it from here.
SFL Nation, what up, though? As Tyler said, we got two teams playing each other for the very first time in their franchise history. Seattle looking for their first win of this early season. Indiana looking to keep the train rolling, staying above 500, looking to go 2-1. Going to be a great afternoon of football. Let's see how it plays out, Tyler.
Lots of fantastic players to talk about today, and let's dive into Seattle for just a little bit, partner. And the fault of them going 0-2 this season certainly cannot be on the quarterback. He's tried everything to keep them within games, and he's kept the turnovers low. What is he going to have to do tonight versus a very talented Ramblers defense?
Well, I think that one of their keys to success is going to be to get Baloo Scott going. Hasn't been very productive so far early on in the season. In order to get their offense going, they're going to need a more balanced attack from their running game.
So Indianapolis will kick us away. They are in all red. They kick to the gray and purple trim of Seattle, as here we go from the Snake Pit in Week 3. On the return for the Nemesis is Gus Scott. He brings it all the way out to the 28-yard line, and so we will see Trellis Blanton come onto the field for his first offensive possession. Last week, 35 of 51 passing attempts, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
51 pass attempts, that's a lot of pass attempts. You want to, like I said, keep that running game involved.
It will start with a goal line eye here to begin things, and they will get Scott involved. Good ball, still going. Baloo Scott. What an opening statement from Seattle as they get Scott going for a gain of about 15.
Perhaps they heard us. Perhaps they realized it themselves this week in practice that they need to get running game going. Got some great blocks out front. Let's see if they can build some momentum off of this, Tyler.
Well, they'll flip the formation, and the DBs back off the line a little bit. Only 7 men in the box here for Indy. We'll see if they try and do the same thing. They will. Hand off again. Scott gets a nice block, but this time the linebackers are a little bit more alive to it, and it close down on Scott after a gain of 2. Let's introduce you to that Seattle offense. We've talked about Trellis Blanton, the quarterback, and the halfback, Baloo Scott. Fullback is Scott Powell, with Zachary Patton, David Gears, T to Queen, and Gus Scott at wideout. Ollie Truth and Dean Jackson make up the tight ends. This time of the first pass in the game is nearly brought in by a jumping fullback. Scott Powell with a hit jars the ball free.
Yeah, great hit. As soon as he brought the ball in, he found himself getting hit in his chest and unable to hold on to it. Going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Fourth play of the opening drive. They will spread the field. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Blanton has time. Looks right side, and that is caught. The offensive line gave Blanton enough time to set and throw to Patton for the first down.
Yeah, Blanton was out there playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which receiver I'm going to throw it to, as he had all day. Great pass protection from his old line. Allowed him to find his target.
Here they trot back the line for the first time from Indianapolis' side of the field in this early stages of the football game. Swing pass right side for Scott. Scott corralled twofold there on the sideline, picks up 5. And let's introduce you to that Indianapolis defense. On the line for the Ramblers is Rocco Rossi, Mark Dre, Derek Genko, and Jabril Curse. Linebackers are Adam Wiseman, Chris Britton III, and Chad McDevitt. Corners are Blake Prine, Angel Maldonado, and Ernest McRae Sr., and Adam Nold. And of course, at safety, we have Kanye Rockefeller and Bryant James. Quick drop here from Blanton. Looks for an out on the right side. It's corralled for a gain of 4 before Patton is blasted out of bounds.
Yeah, knocked out of bounds, and the defender did not care that his momentum was hitting him, leading him out of bounds. He wanted to make sure he got there anyway. My goodness, you would think this was a division rivalry right there out there hitting right now.
Now a short yardage situation here on 3rd down. They'll elect to throw. Corner route near side. It might have been deflected and intended for years. Great passing defense held on to by the corner Blake Prine, and that's 4th down.
Great man-to-man defense, and looking at that on the replay, I think you're right. I think it was deflected. I thought that ball's going to go sail over his head, but great defense and hold the phone. 4th down. The offense is still in the field, Tyler.
Seattle has nothing to lose here. With no wins on the docket so far this season, 2 losses, they are going to run it. It's a designed run, not a gimme, and they will get it. Blue Scott for the 1st down.
Talk about having confidence in your young running back. We talked about it pregame, Tyler. Not much production from the running game, but so far they come out here and make a statement, including going for it on 4th down on the ground.
After the heavy set run, they'll spread the field again. Low snap, Blanton looking over the middle. Picked off right into the path of the defender, and Indy will take over. It's the free safety Rockefeller picking it off.
Kanye, the more tenured veteran of this young defense, comes in, picks this pass off, and is going to give Indiana some pretty good starting field position to boot.
So that'll mean we'll see the 3rd season quarterback Colin Pierce take to the field for Indianapolis. He had a rocky game last season, throwing a couple of picks in the loss last week. See if things change here. The loss last week to Tulsa by 3. They'll swing it out left side for the tailback Christian Pierce. Brother-to-brother connection equals 5 yards. And let's touch on the rest of that offensive lineup for the Ramblers. Talked about both Pierce's Colin and Christian at quarterback and halfback. We have Rob Hunt, Jay Viper, Ryan Roosevelt, and Jeff Banfield at wide receiver. And then the father of the 2 Pierces, it's Randy Pierce at tight end. Chad Rowland and X-Man Lynch on the line. They try to go near side here and continuing to get pummeled. Christian Pierce could not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's hats off defending from Doug Day.
Doug Day started his career off in Vancouver as a linebacker. He's used to getting tackles for losses in the backfield. Shows it right there.
3rd and 6. They'll spread the field. Pierces are in the backfield. Christian and Colin. Colin now, deep shot into double coverage, nearly taken away. Amar Bryant Jr. got his hands to it first. A little bit of help there from Brady Clark, but that is going to result in a punt.
Yeah, Brady Clark is the man who had a chance of it off the deflection, just mistimed it, and ball falls harmlessly to the ground. But as you said, it's going to result in a punt for Indianapolis.
So we'll see the punter for the Ramblers, Maddie Wiseman, stride her way onto the field to pump this one away to Gus Scott.
Amar Bryant is upset with himself. He's on the sideline saying, I got to catch that.
Still plenty of football left to play. We'll see if he gets another shot.
Look out!
Great move, and if it wasn't for the impeccable tackling by Gunner Beefcake, Scott would have been gone.
Yeah, you're right. I thought he was gone for a moment there. He looked like Giovanni Boat out there returning that punt.
Excellent return there from Scott, and now it's the offense's turn to see if they can get the first points on the board. They come out in an offset single back set, 2 wideouts on either side of the formation. Linebacker show blitz. 5-step drop here from Pierce. Dumps it out near side to the tight end. Caught good shoulder from Paulie Truth, the tight end, and that'll pick up a first down.
Paulie out here reminding the defense that he is the truth. And if you're going to come trying to bring him down, you better lower your shoulder pad level just a bit lower because Paulie is bringing the heat.
Second play of the drive and another first down here for Seattle. 2 wideouts off to the right. Tight ends on the line to the left. Scott has enough speed.
Wow.
Still going to Scott. Blue Scott inside the 10 and dragged out of bounds at the 8. An excellent run. This is what we wanted to see out of the Seattle Nemesis today.
36-yard run from Baloo right there, untouched past the third level. You hardly ever see that happen in any level of football, whether it's high school, college, or the pros. Untouched up the middle of the field, 36-yard run for Baloo.
Only 136 yards coming into today's ball game through 2 games, and already well on Blue's way to doubling that total. Now a pass here from Pierce over the middle. It is caught by the tight end. Good all the way down to the 3-yard line. It's Truth.
Paulie the Truth getting involved early and often today so far in this ball game. It's his second catch already, Tyler.
Already making his presence felt. 2nd and goal. He'll line up on the line next to his partner, Dean Jackson. 2 star tight ends here for Seattle. Another pass here and a goal line
wide
set
open
over the middle. That's caught. And it is Dean Jackson who hauls it in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Seattle coming out here looking to make a statement saying, hey, I don't care if we don't have any wins on the road so far this season. They come out here in their second drive of the game for them, catching a touchdown, taking advantage of the field position, Tyler, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Not just the season, partner, but neither team has yet to get a win on the road in franchise history, and both teams are both season 19 expansion franchises. So while last night, your team, the Scorpions, took on Queen City in one of the oldest matchups that we see in the SFL, these guys, in their first ever contest between the two, looking to start some history of their own. Kick is up and it is good. Seattle taking early 7-0 lead. Wondering what you're watching? If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Here comes Rockefeller on the return. Oh, he sneaks by everybody and can't get out of that tackle. How many times have we seen that already today, partner? 2 great returns get stuffed by clutch tackling.
Yeah, one-on-one tackling in an open field. That's one of the hardest things to do in the SFL. Tackling a man in an open field, particularly on special teams when you have the best athletes out there.
So the first play of this drive here for the Ramblers will be a 3 wide receiver set. Got over the middle into triple coverage, looking for Ryan Roosevelt, who has been one of the stars of the SFL receivers so far this season. Nearly had that one taken away.
Yeah, coming into this game, as we talked about it pre-game, he leads the team in targets and receptions. Looking for him there, but Seattle, they got that memo too. They got defenders over there waiting on them.
Tied with 4 others. The most receiving touchdowns coming into week 2. Deezer Powell last night had something to say about that. If he can match Powell's productivity. 7-step drop. Back is caught. Spinning away and picking up the first down. An excellent designed comeback run for Roosevelt, and that will pick up the first.
Yeah, my coach used to tell us all the time, if you're going to gamble on defense, going for deflections and interceptions, you better get it. Otherwise, it's going to be yak yards after the catch. He picks up about 8 of them there. You can't gamble like that unless you're pretty confident you're going to come up with it.
That was actually Rockefeller's first assisted tackle, which puts him now 10th all-time by himself in career tackles. Fantastic numbers from Rockefeller earlier on in today's ball game. And now his tight end friend, Randy Pierce, will pick up 9.5 yards.
Talking about Kanye. Congratulations, young man.
2nd and inches now. They spread the field with 4 wide. 4-3 look out of Seattle, possibly expecting a run. Pierce over the middle into coverage, and that will eventually fall to the turf. I think it was the middle linebacker, KT Harrell, who eventually knocked it down to the turf.
You know, coming into this game, Tyler, Ethan Kai, speaking with him pregame, he talked about capitalizing, scoring touchdowns in the red zone because they've been spending too much time selling for field goals. They got that touchdown, and now the defense seems to be motivated by it.
3rd and inches. What a time to be motivated. Indeed, if they could stop Indy here, and they get to the tailback Pierce at the line of scrimmage, but Pierce has just that amount of toughness needed to push forward for the first down.
He needed little, he got little, but it was enough for a first down.
The Ramblers' drive rolls on. Here's
Playing close to the line of scrimmage, Tyler.
Midway point of the first quarter, outside corners, right up close to the
got
line. Roosevelt left side, and it's incomplete. Roosevelt looked wide open. That might have been Daniel Valentine out there with the tip.
It was him, and my good, I thought that was a touchdown, Tyler. I was shocked he was able to tip that ball away.
Everyone took a look at what Baltimore did week 1, and they're trying to, or week 2, I should say, and they're trying to hit that corner out with that 5-wide set. But corners, maybe looking at that game tape, even if there wasn't a team they were playing the following week, and learning from what Baltimore did. And that pass left side just a little bit too far, incomplete.
Yeah, I thought he got one leg in, but they're saying it's incomplete. Let's see if Indiana decides to challenge this.
Might be too early, but
yeah, you're right.
How close everything is, partner, in terms of score line. Just never know what these coaches are thinking. They go back to this 5-wide receiver set. This time it looks to be more of a zone formation out of the 3-2 dime package from Seattle.
Robber.
Holland now looking again. This time connects with Roosevelt. That's a first down inside the 20.
And you see pre-snap, both safeties line up 2 safety high, but Seattle decided to bring the free safety down in coverage, looking for a slant play perhaps. But Indiana had bigger dreams, goes over the top, finds Ryan Roosevelt, and moves the chains.
What you're saying, partner, they didn't have anyone covering the sidelines in that regard, maybe expecting Daniel Valentine again to drop a little bit deeper back in case they went that way. Didn't happen. Roosevelt connects.
Absolutely.
Now the linebackers show blitz here as Indy will run right side. Christian Pierce had to try and make something out of nothing. Cannot. Great tackling from Doug Day and company.
Doug Day out there looking like he's perhaps lightened up on his Twinkie diet and looking very athletic out there today, Tyler.
Very much so. How about them Twinkies, Mr. Doug Day? I can't wait to get back to the SFL convention and maybe get tossed one from Doug Day himself. An excellent character, one of the best we have in the SFL. We have so many great people, yourself included, Eddie. Can't wait to see everybody again at the next convention. Announcements probably coming here in a few months' time of where we're going in for this year's convention. Pass over the middle is caught by Rocco McLovin. That picks up about 5-6 yards.
Where would you like to see the convention played at, Tyler?
Well, I don't know. We've gone to, I believe, Jacksonville. We've gone to Las Vegas this past season. We've been in Houston. I think it's time for an East Coast trip. Maybe something up near the Carolinas as that run from Pierce goes nowhere on 3rd and about medium. Excellent coverage there from KT Harrell. And it will now be Top Kiefer try and tack on 3 points.
KT Harrell with another open field tackle for the Seattle defense.
But if I had to pick, going back to your question, partner, if I had to pick where we went for the convention, I'm still partial to Minnesota. Maybe it's because I used to live there, but you know.
Understandable.
Wouldn't that be something? Kick is on its way. That is good from 30 yards, and Seattle's lead is cut into 7-3. Your score.
Seattle bends but don't break with that defense. Forces Indianapolis to settle for 3.
Top shelf from Top Kiefer. That puts Indy on the board. Finally past the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. 2:28 to go here in the first frame of action. Tyler Falk, Eddie Gage here in the booth. Special shout out to our 3-man stats truck this afternoon. Ramos Lynn, Stephen Hacker, and Jason Clay all in the truck for us. Thank you, gentlemen. On the return now is Gus Scott. Had an excellent punt return a while ago. Now his kick return gets him out to the 28-yard line, and that is where Seattle will try and echo their drive last time out, led by a very, very nice running game.
Yeah, I mean, Baloo Scott already up to 53 yards rushing on just 3 attempts. Let's see if they can give him the ball more on this drive.
What they pull out of the hat here as they go into a 3-wide shotgun set. 4-man rush, pass over the middle. One!
Oh!
Over the middle! Fantastic stuff! And Indy gets the ball right back.
Indy gets the ball right back indeed, but wow, even the defense was so upset about the interception. Let's get a look at this on a replay. You don't see too many times an offensive player lay into a guy like, oh my goodness. Number 85 of Seattle, talk about laying the wood. He was very upset. Probably the truth out there has been the truth thus far this afternoon.
Absolutely, but good hands there from Bryant James. Looked like one-handed on replay. It's 2, giving him maybe a little bit more credit that he's due, but still, fantastic job. 2 turnovers on the day already here for the Indy defense. They come out in a single back set, starting plus territory. Swing pass, Christian Pierce near the side, turns upfield and is able to maybe get just a yard. As we go over to London for the first time today, Cameron Irvine has a game break for us.
Thank you, Tyler. 2 weeks ago, Justin Reside was the reason why Vegas ended up winning the game against Queen City, a game-sealing pick 6. Today in London, another pick 6 for Justin Reside. Oh, it's got to hurt, Eddie. 21-14. Vegas coming back. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cam, as we're back here at Indy. A nice sling over the middle. That's a first down for Ryan Roosevelt to move the chains. And those 2 teams, Las Vegas and London, partner. Very spunky, especially for Las Vegas, but for London, you just never know what they're going to throw at you.
Yeah, Vegas has always been a deep threat team. It's a track meet anytime you're playing up against those guys. And you can't forget about their running game. London trying to bounce back from a disappointing loss in week 1. Off to a good start, but that pick 6 did not help.
7-3, our score here from the Snake Pit in Indianapolis, Indiana. Quick drop, another swing pass near side for Christian Pierce. And he can only muster a yard. Back-to-back identical-looking plays. They're only resulting in a yard in the last couple times they've ran that play.
Yeah, and so far, Seattle came out in a cover 4 defense. Not often you see them able to get back and cover the flats like that, giving up the short end of the field, but they did a great job of it there.
2nd and 9 on its way. Colin looking left side. That's a nice catch from Ryan Roosevelt, and he's in to score. They turn the interception into 6. Touchdown, Ramblers.
And we saw it pre-snap. Seattle lined up pretty deep in coverage, but they were given inside leverage, but anticipating an inside route. Ryan Roosevelt stayed outside, which is always a dangerous thing to do because you have no safety help over there. Ryan Roosevelt showing why he leads the team in targets, and Seattle pays for it.
If we're talking about maybe a 1v1 battle, it's Roosevelt 2, Daniel Valentine 1, and it results in a touchdown on 8 targets. They have been trying to get Roosevelt involved all game. He is slowly coming alive, but has a touchdown now, and that'll put Indianapolis in front. Here comes Top Kiefer to try and corral the kick, which he does. 10-7. Scoreline now.
Look at those snakes. That is very intimidating.
Or do they call it the snake pit? And it's also in reference to the pit lane or the paddock, and it's racing Lots of noise they're trying to facilitate here in Indianapolis, and only their second season of play, as Kiefer gets us going once again here with this kickoff. Gus Scott looking to make another dangerous return here. He'll start from near his own 10-yard line, looking at blockers. Nice spin, another nice spin, and get to the 30-yard line with 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And for the first time these two teams are meeting, partner, lots of good things to talk about.
Yeah, including special teams play. So far, both teams taking advantage of some really good starting field position thus far.
See what Seattle can make of this possession. Last time out, threw an interception the first play of the drive. Looks like they'll try and go with a run from Scott this time around. Up the middle, Scott has been loving this type of play. Up the gut runs, and it's another 5 yards for Blue.
The center and both guards did a great job getting a good push up front, although the left guard did get bounced back a bit. But so far, Seattle's interior line is doing a great job out there.
Now 2nd and 5. This will probably be the final play of the first quarter. 5-step drop, pass over the middle from Blanton. That is caught across midfield. And for a first down goes the tight end, Paulie Truth. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Indianapolis 10, Seattle driving. And with the ball, they have 7, down by 3 as we end the first quarter. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Tyler Falk and Eddie Gage in the booth. Ramos Lynn, Jason Clay, and Stephen Hacker in the stats truck. Thanks for joining us here early this Saturday. Happy to have your company. Blanton, sidearm throw over the middle, and that's caught for a first down for T. the Queen.
T. the Queen, I met this young lady at the convention. Wonderful personality, very energetic. Doug Day and T. the Queen are a match made in heaven.
They do complement each other quite well, don't they? The Queen, fantastic person. 1st and 10, bunch set left side here for Blanton. Dime out of Indy.
Look out.
That's a deep pass, and it looked like Indy's defensive back, Blake Prine, was the intended target rather than what the wide receiver.
You took the words right out of my mouth as he ran the route for the receiver for him, anticipated. They tried to confuse him a bit as they lined up tight over there, trying to flood the zone, what they call it. But as you said, Prime read it well.
2nd and 10, maybe go to the ground game here after that incomplete pass. They have 2 tight ends off the light. That'd be a good way to go, especially as the linebackers get toward that weak side. Instead, they will throw.
Look out.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Mac Dre says hello. The first sack of the ball game for Indy.
And every time I see his name, that's someone you want on your football team. If there's ever a fight, Mac Dre is not going to back away from it. That name sounds intimidating. He's a defensive end, and he made Seattle pay for it right there.
Mac Dre becoming a Mack truck and running over the quarterback, forcing a 3rd and long out of Seattle. Bumped out of field goal range. Might just want to get back into it and maybe not go for the first down to get them tied up once again. Blanton looking for the corner route. It's caught. First down. Excellent corner route. Excellent pass. And Seattle moves the chains.
And I thought that pass was going to get intercepted, Tyler, but Seattle did a great job right there, Blanton did, getting the ball to his receiver's outside shoulder where only his man can catch it.
That's T. the Queen again on the reception. 2 receptions in this second quarter for her. I formation now as they go inside the red zone. And Scott through the middle, and that run has been rather effective, netting around 6 to 7 yards every time they call that play.
Yeah, not sure what they had down up in practice this week, but you can tell, Tyler, early on here that their plan is to get their running game involved.
Two wide receivers on either side of the formation here on 2nd and 6 from the Indy 15. Blanton under pressure, floats it left side. Paulie Truth, first down and more. Inside the 10, down to the 6.
And Paulie True, that's his third catch of the afternoon already, Tyler. He only had 3 catches coming into this game.
Make that 4 now after that last completion. He has cut everything thrown his way. An excellent day so far. Now can he get his team in the end zone? He let his partner, Dean Jackson, get the last touchdown. Maybe it's his time. He's the lone tight end on the line here on this 1st and goal. Handoff, they go Scott's way instead. Baloo Scott,
touchdown.
over the shoulder, touchdown, Seattle, they retake the lead.
Only his 2nd touchdown of the season thus far. Baloo Scott coming out here making a statement. I remember when Seattle brought him in, a lot of teams laughed at him. Why bring in this guy? He's not productive. He doesn't have a history of being one of the SFL's better players. But they said, hey, we're going to prove everyone wrong, and Baloo Scott scores a touchdown. Great job, young lady.
And so this seesaw battle continues into the 2nd quarter, and we are in for a treat as if things continue like this. The over-under provided by Jack's Data right around 41.5 points. And if things continue to march on the way, we might eclipse that. Not a whole lot of folks expecting that in the Jack's Data Who You Got, but certainly these two teams putting on a show.
We talked about it pregame, Tyler, what these two teams would wind up scoring collectively. Jack's Data has them at 41.5, and it looks like we're on our way to surpassing that.
Christian Ronald Sui is the kicker. He got the last extra point. Kicks us off once again here. Right side, Kanye Rockefeller can get to the 29-yard line. And I'm going to keep saying it, both return games have been strong today, setting up both offenses in excellent field position. But now it returns to the offense's task to try and keep this ping-pong paddle going.
Anything beyond a 25-yard line is a bonus for the offense.
Tight ends off to the right on the line, also in the direction of the lone back. Christian Pierce, they will pitch it to Christian, and he cannot get anywhere. Taken down for a loss of 2. It's Doug Day getting into the backfield.
Doug Day again. He and T the Queen told each other last night, we're going to have a great game. They're going to call our names early and often, and thus far, we've done just that, Tyler.
4 wideouts, trips to Pierce's left. They're on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Has time. He just dumps it off underneath for Roosevelt. Roosevelt picks up 3 before he's corralled. And it brings up 3rd and 9.
And you could tell he was looking deep, but no one was open. Made the smart decision to just check that ball down and get what he can out of it. Going to set up a 3rd and long.
Nemesis looking for another 3rd down stop here. They've held Indy to a 2 of 4 3rd down percentage so far today. As over the middle goes the pass. KT Horrell says no dice. 4th down.
Tyler, we talked about it pregame about how the veteran leadership of this team was primarily on the defensive side of the ball, and thus far, they've stepped up and made plays.
A trio of Horrells to combat the trio of Pierces from Seattle's defense to Indy's offense, and they will force the Pierces to exit stage right to the sideline, and that will bring on Matty Wiseman to punt it away here for Indianapolis. Seattle were about to send the blitz, decided better of it, and they will rely on the return from Gus Scott, who gets out of a tackle potentially, but is eventually dragged down by his shoelaces. That's where he stopped. Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation. Your viewership. We go near side with Baloo, and Baloo is able to get 3 yards.
It's a nice little play. You line Baloo Scott off to the right of the quarterback, 4 receivers wide. They're thinking pass, but they come out and hand the ball off to him, pick up 3 yards. To her.
Every time they've been in this goal line set, it seems like it's an ISO up the middle. We'll see if that trend continues. It does. Blue trying to bounce it out left side, picks up another good chunk of yards, maybe another 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and a little longer than short yardage situation.
Baloo looking like a young, patient Le'Veon Bell out there on that carry. There was nowhere to go. Remained patient, cut off to her left, and picked up 3 yards.
Appreciate that, Will McDougall. Got an excellent producer in our commissioner, Cameron Irvine, my partner, Eddie Gage, and myself, Tyler Falk, bringing you today's coverage. Happy to have you along with us as Scott brings the offense forward another couple of yards, and that will result in another first down for the Seattle Nemesis.
Baloo remains a focal point of this offense. Nothing spectacular, but just continues to stay ahead of the chains, keeps the down and distance manageable, and gives their offense a chance.
And it seems just completely different from how the Seattle went about their offensive business the last 2 weeks, already closing in on her regular season total in yards here today. But that swing pass near side, just a little bit too far for Scott to corral inside between the 2 painted stripes, and goes out of bounds a yard behind the line.
That big 5-step drop, I think, is what ended that play, as there was no one open downfield, and by the time he got through his progression, dumped it off to Baloo, there was nowhere for him to go.
After the loss of 1, here come the Nemesis with a bunch set left side. Blanton over the middle, finds Holly Truth, the tight end. And that's the second time that play has worked, with Truth lining up in the arrowhead of that bunch set.
And it was a perfect throw by Seattle, best throw of the night by Blanton, as he waits just until he passes the cornerback, to get that ball off. Otherwise, it's going to be an incomplete pass.
A brand new set of downs here for the Nemesis as they march deeper into Indianapolis territory, potentially looking to go up by 2 scores with a touchdown here. They go with Scott through the middle, tried to shake a few defenders free and couldn't. That will only give her a gain of 1.
And that time, with the linebacker showing blitz, they brought the middle linebacker, the Mike they call him, up to the A-gap, gave the offensive line just as many men to block, and no one to take account for the linebackers coming behind them.
That Mike linebacker is the indomitable Adam Wiseman, one of the best middle linebackers in the SFL, as that pass is to a wide open Zachary Patton for another Indy first down, and they're right back in the red zone.
50 red flood, I believe is the name of that play. I'm not a fan of it, but versus particular defenses, it can work out great because you got a leading receiver out there who's pretty much blocking for him, although they got it to the lead receiver on that play, and they moved the chains yet again.
Been in the red zone a couple of times. 2 touchdowns to show for it for the Nemesis. Can they keep it going? Linebacker shift to the weak side of the formation. Blanton will look to throw. Looks for an out route near side. That is caught. Good pitch and catch for David Gears, and Gears gets his first catch of the ball game.
David Gears looking like Chris Carter of the Minnesota Vikings on that play. You can probably relate as a Vikings fan.
Absolutely.
As that ball was thrown outside the field of play, but he was able to keep his feet in bounds and bring it in.
He got both feet down, and that was all you really need. Now, looking over the middle.
Oh, great play.
Catch floated over the defender's heads, too late to react, and it's Scott Powell, a fullback, who's in the end zone.
Ethan Kai talked about capitalizing in the red zone, and now they have 3 red zone trips. 2 of them resulted in touchdown passes, and this Seattle offense is looking nothing like it looked last season.
They only got 1 win last season in their inaugural season. Today, they have looked not just different, but very efficient and productive. Yes. 3 touchdowns for Seattle in the first half, looking to maybe even march on for their largest win in franchise history, and it would only be their second partner.
Yeah. And you can see just as how excited they are as all their fans are in the SFL YouTube chat saying nemesis and let's go and touchdown. And they are very excited right now, Tyler.
And so we're about to get going. Indy on their heels now as Seattle have gone with back-to-back touchdowns to extend their lead out to 11. We get underway. Christian Ronald Suey. This one away for Rockefeller to try and make a return, trying to look near side, and he can only get to the 25-yard line. Can anyone stop the Baltimore Vultures? This week, it's the DC Dragons' turn. The Dragons lost 3 games to the Vultures last season and are out to prove that this season will be different. Fresh off an OT win in Houston, will DC make a statement? The Dragons host the Vultures tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, part of our 6-game Saturday slate, right here on SFL YouTube. Pierce going to look to throw, right side, has a man caught, first down, first play of the drive, will flip the down marker back to 1.
Nice play design as they had receivers attacking the defense. Short and intermediate gave the defense a lot to think about. That last rushing touchdown by Seattle was the first rushing touchdown that Indianapolis gave up this season.
Very interesting stat line, as Indy known to be one of the best rush defenses in the league to this point. Pierce gets blasted behind the line. The refs will be kind and give him back forward progress to the line of scrimmage, but what a hit from Valentine.
And Valentine needs to give credit to Catherine Harrell as she slowed up the play. This Seattle defense is working together as a unit right now.
They seem to be on a mission today as Pierce
Look out.
and looking to throw.
Got him.
Right side, that's caught. Going down the field is Jeff Banfield, and he's got it to the Seattle 34.
Yeah, and you can see the corners lined up close to the line of scrimmage thinking intermediate, but that ball goes right over cornerback Amar Bryant Jr.'s head, 6'3", 210, unable to bat the ball down. And they're lucky to bring him down because I thought that was going to be a race for the end zone.
6'3", 210 corner versus a 6'3", 220 receiver in Banfield, and Banfield just a little bit more pacey than his counterpart. And now it's a 3-wide set out of Indianapolis. Pierce going to look to throw near side. That's caught for a short gain of about 4 as Roosevelt is taken down.
We've seen a lot of great open field tackling out here today, and that time it's Ethan Kai's turn.
2nd and 6 from that 30-yard line as Seattle trying to hold Indianapolis just on the outskirts of field goal range for top keeper. And out through the middle, and Christian Pierce takes another lick.
Both these defenses today, Tyler, are not messing around. Open field tackling is one of the hardest things to do, and both teams have stepped up in that regard.
We hit the 2-minute warning as that run game for Indianapolis might be finding some new legs. It's 21-10, Seattle with the lead on the road. 2 minutes to go from the Snake Pit here in this first half. Tyler Falk, Eddie Gage here with you in the booth. Special thanks again to Ramos Lynn, Jason Clay, and Stephen Hacker in our stats truck. 3rd and 4 here for Indianapolis. Here as we come out of the 2-minute warning. Colin Pierce looks near side. That is caught by Ryan Roosevelt. That'll move the chains. And we'll quickly go back to London for a game break from Cameron Irvine.
Thank you, Tyler. Robert Merrill is ankle snatching today. His 4th touchdown of the day puts London up now 31-17 in the 3rd. Back to you guys in Indy.
Thank you, Cam. That earlier pick 6 from Reside, not proving anything too decisive just yet. And that run game, which we thought might have had new life, quickly shut down, still in the negative yards, is the tailback, Christian Pierce.
Disappointing if you're an Indianapolis fan, because that's going to put a lot of pressure on Ryan Roosevelt and the rest of this receiving core to help boost this offense.
Go back, set 2 tight ends off to the left. A run for Christian Pierce, his best run of the day to this point. That's about 6-7 yards. back to the 19.
Best run of the day, and now they have 10 yards rushing according to the stat sheet. I don't think that's quite right, but nonetheless, Indianapolis need to find a way to convert this.
Corners backed off, giving the wide receivers plenty of space, and that'll be a good coverage play as Indy is forced to basically throw the ball away, and they will have to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, they had 2 receivers running a hitch route, and they were pretty much eliminated by the defender, the lone defender in that area, because they were lined up so close to each other. And Indianapolis going to settle for a field goal. Got to be disappointing.
Chosen Rose in our YouTube chat thinking that we're part of the game, and that would be something if we got tasked by the SFL to be part of our own video game. But well, Eddie, that's a huge compliment for the Chosen Rose in chat. And here comes Top Keeper to try and tack home a 35-yard field goal, which he does, and that will close the gap just a little bit. 21-13 now the score here from Indianapolis.
As bad as Indianapolis has been, particularly rushing the ball today, it's still a 1-score game, Tyler. They still have hope.
Still plenty of football left to be played. Haven't even hit halftime just yet, but this next drive from Seattle might be telling. As we are under a minute to go, we'll see where they decide to go, whether they be conservative and run out the clock, or we've already seen them convert on a 4th down. They might try and get another quick score as the return here from Scott gets all the way to the 29-yard line, and now it's time for Seattle's offensive decision.
I think, as always, to me, it comes down to 1st down. What kind of productivity can you get out of it? And it's going to dictate the decision-making from there, Tyler.
David Gears in focus. He's off to the left-hand side of Terrellis Blanton, who's in the gun. And he come out in a standard nickel set. Blanton will look for Gears left side. That's a good pickup of 8 yards and gets out of bounds. Only takes a few seconds off the clock.
Stops the clock, so I think they're going to be a bit aggressive here, it looks like. Indianapolis came out in a 3-week nickel defense, had it blocked up pretty well, but the corner got caught peeking inside, and as a result, it's going to pick up 8 yards.
2nd and 2 here for the Nemesis. There's Pauly Truth at the arrowhead once again of that bunch set top of your screen. We'll see if he runs another post route over the middle. 5-step drop from Blanton, sidearm swing, tipped and only picked. I believe that was Zachary Patton, the intended target on the corner route, but the defense was just too strong.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if there was a post corner route or what, because it looked like the defense was focusing on Pauly Truth, like you just mentioned, but they decided to go outside, and it looked initially like a good decision, but that ball like was thrown just a bit too far inside, Tyler.
Blake Prime with the nice flexibility and reach to knock that ball aside initially, and Rockefeller had a chance on the rebound to finish off the pick, but it does go to the turf. And so it's 3rd and 2 now for the Nemesis from their own 37-yard line. Instead of spreading the field, they'll only have 2 wideouts here on this short yardage situation. Blanton hit as he throws. Ball falls to the turf, got it away just in time, and Derek Jenko is remiss to not have a sack, but he does force Seattle's offense off the field.
It was 90-yard slants out of far pro, and the linebackers did a great job of staying home, taking away those passing lanes, and as a result, Seattle have to punt this football away.
The pot potentially looking to send pressure here on this punt from
nice
the left
defense.
boot. They're just going to defend the punt. Punt is away. Turn man is Kanye Rockefeller makes a nice spin move, and he gets to his 27-yard line. So Indy with 3 timeouts and 34 seconds. Got a field goal on their last drive. Have a chance to even close the deficit just a little bit further.
Yeah, now it's going to let's see what Indianapolis decides to do on 1st down.
Colin Pierce is 13 of 20 for just over 150 yards today. They go with a run. Christian Pierce, best run of the day. Got a couple of block. Flag is thrown on the play. Pierce will get across the 50-yard line for now. But now we go to R62 for the call.
Yeah, I think
Don't
it's
know
coming
if this
back,
one is
Tyler.
coming back.
Yeah. Yep, it's coming back.
Illegal block in the back. Unfortunately for the Ramblers, take the huge gain off the board. That will be Jeff Banfield who gets called for the infraction.
When it rains, it pours as they get their best run of the first half, and it's coming back.
Now it will be first and just a little bit longer. About 13 yards here on first down now with 27 seconds to go. Two wideouts to the right, two tight ends on the line to the left. Holland looks right side, tipped in the air and incomplete. A dangerous pass as Matthias Citrion gets his hand in the air.
And you can see him looking, literally staring in the quarterback's eyes, watches him as his head shifts to the right. He just follows him, bats the ball down. That look at that ball was not intercepted.
Now 24 seconds to go here for the Ramblers as we close out this first half. Two wideouts left, one right. 3-3 nickel out of Seattle. Low snap. Holland looking over the middle. Another dangerous pass. KT Harrell knocks it aside again. It seems like Holland is trying to force passes where they shouldn't belong.
KT Harrell is a woman out here possessed thus far this afternoon. Those Harrell family, Tyler, oh my goodness, they're all out here playing well today.
Now it's 3rd and 13. It looks like they're going to try and go for a long pass here as they spread the field with four wide and Colin Pierce alone in the gun. Seattle send three. Deep pass near side. Caught and hit at the same time. Great hands to keep hold of it from Randy Pierce. The son-to-father connection results in a first down. And now it's 7 seconds to go. Indy still trotting back to the line. Pass over the middle. Caught behind the line. And they get to the 36 before they call their timeout. With 2 seconds to go, we will see Top Kiefer to try a very long field goal.
It's either going to be a field goal attempt or a Hail Mary because it would be a 53-yarder unofficially from here. And I'm not quite sure if they have the leg strength for that. Let's see.
Top Kiefer only a week 2 signing.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a Hail Mary attempt.
Oh, it is Kiefer who will trot onto the field. This will be an extremely long attempt for the rookie. 53 yards from the left hash.
Wow.
Snap spot. Kick is on its way. Does it have the leg? It does, but it shanks left. And that will end the first half. 21-13. Seattle, surprisingly, out in front.
And it looks like it might have had the distance, but like you said, just off to the left. Wow.
All right, partner, let's talk about what we've seen so far. The running game for Seattle has come out of nowhere, and Baloo Scott has become the hero of the day.
Baloo Scott, 82 yards rushing on just 10 attempts. I'm sure she's going to be a heavy focus of the offense in the second half as they try to look to protect this lead.
Welcome you back to the Snake Pit. Here in Indianapolis, Tyler Falk and Eddie Gage on the call. Happy to have you with us this Saturday afternoon. And a special thanks again to Ramos Lynn, Jason Clay, and Stephen Hacker in the Stats Truck. And back at SFL headquarters is our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine. As Rockefeller gets the return going, it can only get back to the 24-yard line. That is where the offense will take over for their first possession of the second half.
Let's see if Indianapolis tries to get their run game going too.
It's kind of sputtered and floundered so far today. And it's 1st and 10. And no running back to be seen as they begin the second half. Looking to throw. Pierce looks left side. Finds Randy Pierce. That's a pickup of about 5.
That passing play is a Florida special. I have it in my playbook as well occasionally. Got it from Florida, and it looks like there's a number of teams now across the league using it.
that's my mistake. That's actually Rob Hunt, the rookie out of Tacoma, who picks up reception number 1 of the day. That's good enough for 5 yards. And they'll trot out with 3 more wide receivers. They're on 2nd and 5. Christian Pierce, the tailback, back in the game, directly behind Cullen. He will get the pass on the swing pass left side. It can only get a yard as Seattle get to him quickly. That's Ethan Kai on the tackle.
I tell you what, I don't know what these defenses have had to eat for breakfast this morning, Tyler, but I want some of that because, again, open field tackling seems to be a focus for both of these units.
Wheaties? Maybe they had their Wheaties with maybe a little extra spice in them because they're the Nemesis, but you never know. Now they go to the run game. Christian goes nowhere. Untouched was the defensive tackle, Catherine Horrell, who gets in behind the line. No sacks for her, but she leads the team in tackles for loss, and that shows you why.
And they have a lot of them, Tyler, coming into this game, and they continue to focus on that run defense. In Indianapolis coming into the out of halftime, I'm sure this is not what they wanted to see, a 3 and out.
Not the way they wanted to start off the half, and they punt it away. Maddie Wiseman's punt is a good one. Here comes Gus Scott on the return, bouncing off of one tackle, eventually being wrapped up at the 39-yard line, and now it's Seattle's turn. They have the lead of very unfamiliar territory for the Nemesis, having a lead this deep into a ball game. They now have to keep their composure.
This is a young team, Tyler, as we talked about pregame. Let's see how far they've matured and if they can hold on to this lead and get a victory on the road.
Bump coverage from the DBs on the outside. Nice move from Malou Scott, and she picks up 5.
Oh,
She
no.
has been all over
Oh,
the place,
no.
But that's it for her today. It would seem slow to get up. The hero for Seattle's offense, the catalyst, is slow to get up.
Oh, and I was just about to compliment, like a young BDG out here with that juke move, but man, goes down. I'm not sure what the injury could be. Maybe to her lower left leg. I don't know, but hopefully, if you're a Seattle Nemesis fan, she's okay.
It did seem like her legs got crossed up underneath her. Hopefully, it's nothing serious and she can come back in today's game, but that means Alistair Kai will come in relief at the tailback spot. Here on 2nd and 5, Holly Truth flexed out left at the tight end spot. 5-step drop. Deep shot for Blanton and nearly threw it away. Yeah. Good defense from Ernest McRae Sr., and it's 3rd down.
Single safety high. They took away all the short and intermediate routes and threatened for them to throw the ball deep, but Indianapolis did a great job right there of deflecting that ball away. Not a good decision.
Seattle's offense might be more one-dimensional than they were before Baloo Scott got injured, and that's not something you want to see after 51 passes from a week ago from Blanton in the loss. This time it will be caught by Zachary Patton. He has been phenomenal today at the wide receiver spot.
Threading the defense, as you can see right there by the play design, by the defense. The corner's job is to keep the receiver leading inside where your safety help is, but the safety was just a little bit late getting over, and Seattle's going to move the chains.
That is the 5th reception for Zachary Patton. He's right there with Paulie Truth in receptions today, leading the Seattle franchise in receptions. Still bobbled and incomplete. They were looking for Truth over the middle, but the defense denies him.
Yeah, and Ethan Cow's on the sidelines about to have a heart attack as that ball bounced around. You could just see him yelling, "Hit the ground! Hit the ground!"
Still no sign of Blue Scotch. Still in the blue tent. Another pass here from Blanton under pressure. Looks right side. It is caught.
Wow.
By Gears. He did get 1 foot down, it would seem, which is all you need in the SFL.
Yeah, that was close, Tyler. But they're going to rule the catch, and they aren't going to challenge, I don't think.
Looks like Chad Rowland will keep the hanky in his pocket for now as Seattle's offense comes back to the line in a forward wide-out look. 3rd and 4. from the Indy 26. Blanton will look to throw. Over the middle, it's deflected. This time it's picked off by Bryant James. The third interception of the ball game for Blanton, and it comes in the worst possible time.
Yeah, they were already in field goal range, looking to make this a 2-score lead, and unfortunately for them and your Seattle fans, picked off yet again, as you said, at a bad time.
Now will the momentum shift to Indy's way, down by 8. Need to make a play as Seattle's confidence wavers. Allen looking for a short dump-off route and able to get forward progress back to the 19-yard line is Jay Viper. First time we've called his name quite a while, actually for the first time of the ball game.
Seattle only had a single safety high, and after the ball was snapped, they brought him down as if they knew every receiver was running short. Great job by the defense.
Tight ends on the line to the right. Linebackers now showing blitz on all sides. They will go with a pitch play for Christian and nothing doing. Doug Day again behind the line. How many times have we seen that this season?
Dougie Day out here. Talk about hashtag making an impact. We've called his name a number of times this afternoon. His third tackle for loss.
So now Colin Pierce will be forced to throw. 5 wide for him as he goes over the middle. That one's caught in some space over to midfield. Rob Hunt comes out of nowhere, and they go from backed up for their own territory to midfield.
Wow, and coming out, when I saw the defense lined up, that played like it was defended very well, but the safety, just talked about him, looked like he was in good position. Looks like he might have misread the flight of that ball, and Indianapolis moved the chains.
The 50-50 ball goes in the way of the home team, and the drive stays alive. Now as they come out with a bunch set to the left-hand side. 3-3 nickel look. Out of Seattle, deep shot near side. That one is nearly taken away by Amar Bryant Jr., and it falls to the turf.
Amar Bryant Jr., one of more sought-after free agents this offseason, including yours truly. I went after him. He said, thanks, but no thanks. I like what Seattle has to offer, but good luck next season. And he's showing you why right there. He was so heavily touted.
And for him to agree to come back to Seattle, especially after, maybe a subpar season, even by expansion franchise standards, just means that the culture in Seattle is good. And
absolutely.
We talked with Ethan Kai at the convention last season in his inaugural season as an owner. He's a fantastic character, and it goes to show you what type of motivation, what type of locker room he's established over there in Seattle. Deep shot, that's taken right back for Seattle. Just like that, it's Daniel Valentine who takes it away, and that will be Seattle football.
Seattle just seems to make the plays at the right time, and here they do it again. Seattle, my goodness, every time they need that defense to step up and make a play today, not only is it the veterans, Tyler, but the younger guys have come through as well.
First interception of the ball game goes to Daniel Valentine. Or first interception for Seattle of the ball game goes to Daniel Valentine. And now it's Seattle's turn to gain momentum after the turnover. Go right side, still the backup. Alistair Kai on the field for the injured Baloo Scott. And it goes to show you what a difference Scott has been for this offense today.
Still waiting to get word on the condition of Baloo. Hopefully she's okay.
Might see a lot more of the fullback Scott Powell more often than not in the run game.
There it is.
I almost called it a fullback dive up the middle, but going nowhere. Great pressure from that defense. Derek Jenko and Jabril Curse, the defensive tackles, in on the tackle.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of handing the ball off to the fullback out of the eye, more so split back combinations, but perhaps Seattle saw something in practice that they can get away with it. 3rd and 10, Tyler.
3rd and 10. Don't want to go to a 3 and out after picking off your opponents. We'll see if they can convert here. 3-man rush here from Indy, out route near side. It is caught by Gears, could not turn up the field quick enough, gets 8 yards and no further. and it's a 3 and out.
Yeah, they ran that 50 red flood again. They converted on it the first time in the first half for a first down, unable to do so this time.
They're starting to slow down a little bit here in this third quarter. Someone has to make a move before this becomes too much like a chess match. Hunt is away here from Lilek Boot. On the return is Rockefeller. Nice spin.
Oh!
Stutter step. Here goes Rockefeller on the return. And he is going to be out of the tackle.
Oh!
And there he goes. A punt return touchdown for Kanye Rockefeller.
Kanye Rockefeller got tired of waiting for the offense to do the job. He said, "Hold my beer," hands his beer off to his special teams coach, gets the ball, returns it, breaks a couple of tackles. His protection in front of him did the rest, and don't look now. But let's see if Indianapolis decides to go for 2 here or if they kick the extra point.
And the punter, Boot, nearly had Rockefeller, but Rockefeller just too strong. And this now becomes a 2-point conversion situation to tie up this football game. They will trot out the offense. Here to tie the football game. 3 wide receivers, DBs, including the safeties, only about 5-6 yards off the line of scrimmage. Collin will look to throw, looks left side for Christian Pierce. He's in, and we are tied 21-21.
Kanye Rockefeller returns that touchdown for his 5th career touchdown on special teams. And Indianapolis converts a 2-point conversion with Christian Pierce. And like you said, Tyler, tall ball game. It's like we just getting started.
So now we've seen some special teams fireworks all game long. Can Gus Scott echo the punt return with a solid return of his own? Top Kiefer gets us going once again. Here is Gus Scott on the return with the right side. Tried to make a spin move and get to the 24-yard line and brought down. Want in-depth statistics all season long? Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams, and to see all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Split backfield, 1st and 10, passes near side. That's a good sign to see. And Blue Scott is back out there for the offense and picks up 2.
Cut above his nose was not going to keep her out of this ball game, Tyler. Put a Band-Aid over it and shove her back out there.
And that's surprising because I think she even has a visor on. Maybe a chunk of the visor get knocked off and cut her nose or something? We'll leave that to the imagination of those individuals so inclined as they go.
Free play.
Pro set. Pass over the middle cut. There goes David. Here's splitting defenders all the way down to the 42-yard line. There will be an offsides call. It won't matter.
90Z arrow, I believe is the name of that play. I forget the exact terminology of it, but you're right. They're going to decline that penalty, and David Gears took that ball and had bigger dreams looking for the end zone.
Great run after the catch. Got a couple of nice downfield blocks, and now Seattle is cooking inside of Indy territory. First and 10 from the Indianapolis 43-yard line. Offset eye behind Trellis Blanton, the quarterback. They go back to Scott on the ground.
Goodness.
And one of the few times today.
Is that Adam Wiseman?
It is. Scrimmage, and it is Adam Wiseman, partner, and he is a hard man to get away from.
Yes, he is. I remember a game last season in which he blitzed about half the game and had 3 or 4 sacks. Can't remember the opponent, though.
DB's back up on the side of the bunch set. Blanton looks for Scott out of the backfield, and Scott makes a nice move. Get extra yardage, 6 all told, to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that time, Blue Scott pulled out the do-it-yourself toolkit, avoided a tackler, and picked up a few extra yards. Going to set up a third and manageable, 3rd and 4. Let's go.
Snake Pit getting loud here as the score is level. 2 tight ends to the right with 2 wide receivers. Offset, single back behind Blanton, brushes 4. Pass near side to Gears, has plenty of room to get the first down and more to the 29-yard line.
They've been staying in these third manageable situations all day, Tyler, and have done a great job converting these third downs when it matters the most.
It's 1st and 10 now from the Indianapolis 29 as the drive continues here for Seattle. They have done an excellent job on offense by taking up a whole bunch of time here on this drive. Average time per drive hovering right around 1:45. Blanton looking right side. That is caught by, I believe, Zachary, the General Patton, as he's being called by his Seattle teammates. He picks up 4.
I like that name, the General Patton. Perfect.
Paying homage to one of the greatest generals in United States military history, and as a veteran, I can appreciate such comments as you. It's an all-veteran crew here today, partner. You and myself both served. And now it passes near side. Paulie Truth picks up a couple more.
First time we called Paulie's name in a while, Tyler, but they're going to set up a 3rd down and 3. Seattle is 5 of 9 on 3rd down, looking to make it 6 of 10.
Make it again, getting loud here in Indianapolis. Another big 3rd down coming up for their defense. Seattle 5 of 9 on 3rd down, looking to keep that above 500% or 50%.
Great protection.
Right side, and so touchdown Seattle. They retake the lead. It just seems every time they get knocked down, they come back and get in front again.
We talked about it. The quarterback was sitting there as a 3-step drop. No one got open. He had to wait for the last eligible receiver in the route tree to get open, and he wasn't even really quite open, but he put his trust into him, got out there, jumped, met the ball at his highest point in Seattle, like you said, extending this lead once again.
Mar Bryant Jr., the defense, the entirety of Seattle saying, we want this game, and we can understand it and appreciate it. The heart and soul of Seattle trying to pick up their first away win and only their 2nd win in franchise history. 28-21, Nemesis with the lead. And we want to remind you, of course, we got more games going on later today, but Sunday, a pair of early season unbeatens take center stage in Canada, where Robert Redford and the Vancouver Legion will host BDG Hollywood and the Atlanta Swarm in the first SFL game in Canada in 2023. Coverage starts at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, only on SFL YouTube. And the return from Rockefeller, he's not going to get all the way to the house this time, but he does get to the 27th.
And it had to be discouraging for Seattle fans watching Kanye return that last punt for a touchdown. But Seattle, this team is starting to show some maturity here as they battle back and regain the lead. Let's see if they can hold on to it.
Colin Pierce will start in the gun with his brother Christian to his left. Quick drop, pumps once, finds Christian out of the backfield. Christian has some work to do. He falls forward after the hit from Valentine. He gets 9 yards.
Gun doubles, 50Z tight end cross. Noah can get open. His last eligible receiver is Pierce. Picks it up and picks up 9 yards. Great job.
We've seen a 2nd and 3rd and short plays get stopped near the line here with Seattle's defense. Can they do it again? Pierce over the middle, somehow caught that. Was Ryan Roosevelt as 3 defenders closed in on him.
Talk about an ill-advised pass. I mean, you got, like you said, 3 defenders barreling in, trying to take Ryan Roosevelt's head off, and somehow they complete the pass.
What's that they teach us in basic training, partner? There, we're up, they see me, I'm down, and that's pretty much all Ryan Roosevelt had to do there to haul in the cast. Pierce now looking for an out route from the side, caught by Viper, only a short pickup of 3 as he's taken down.
Closing speed by Ethan Kyle right there. Saw the play developing, started running over there before the receiver even caught the pass and brought him down. Great open field tackling by Ethan.
This might be the final play of the 3rd quarter as we tick under 10 seconds to go. Indianapolis hurrying back to the line quickly to maybe get a snap off as the line and linebackers shift in the direction of the offset single back. Colin will go with a pitch play near side. Christian Pierce tackled it behind the line. That play has not worked at all today, and it will continue to go backward. Indy have the lead as we get into the fourth quarter. 28-21 here from Indianapolis, and we pause for station identification. You're watching the SFL on YouTube.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to what has been an exciting contest here from the Snake Pit in Indianapolis. Tyler Falk and Eddie Gage on the call with Ramos Lynn, Jason Clay, and Stephen Hacker in the stats truck. Pass near side. That's caught by Roosevelt, and he breaks out of another tackle. And another one inside a 15-yard line. That's the explosive start to start off a quarter.
9 catches for 140 yards and almost a second touchdown, but they were able to bring him down just inside the SFL red zone. Ryan Roosevelt, this offense for a moment there looked like Baltimore with those guys, the way he just caught that pass and ran it.
They go from right around midfield to the red zone here at Seattle's 13-yard line, as Seattle's defense is trying to hold Indy off the scoreboard. But it looks like they're going to have some trouble. Here's right side. Better blocking this time on the run, and he gets to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you just talked about it. Better blocking from the right tackle as well as the tight end on that play. A stretch play to the strong side of the field, and they pick up 2.
That's IndyCar legend Alexander Rossi, the right tackle. Fancy to see him on the O-line here for
along with Randy
Indianapolis.
Pierce. Yep.
Pass right side, that's caught, trying to get upfield and
Goodness.
turned around. That was not a spin move. Amar Bryant just sent Christian Pierce into the spin cycle all his own.
Amar Bryant, for a moment there, has no regard for him or his family as he was trying to end his SFL career.
Now it's third down. Can the defense hold? 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. From the 8-yard line, Colin Pierce looks near side, open, caught, touchdown, Roosevelt. They're an extra point away from retying this game.
And we just talked about the maturity of Seattle improving, but Indianapolis said not so fast. For the second time in the second half, they have tied this ball game up, Tyler.
The Nemesis thinking that Seattle just won't die. They won't quit.
Yeah.
And that's giving us one of the best games of this young week 3, partner, as here comes Top Kiefer to try and tack home the extra point that will tie the football game. Snap spot. Kiefer's kick is up, and it is good. We're back to level peggings, 28 apiece here from Indianapolis. 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. Here comes Gus Scott on the return. Breaks it out near side. Got out of a tackle. And that's a good return to the 30-yard line, as now it's Seattle's turn as we continue to just have a nitty-gritty tough battle. And partner, we talked earlier, these two are 2 young teams, 2 of the newest franchises, and they're giving us a match that reminds us of the days of old, maybe the Santa Fe Gorillas in the championship game versus the DC Dragons. This game is fun.
Fun indeed, and still got 9:35 left to play.
Blanton going to toss that out left side. That is caught by Gears. That will move them a little bit further down the field. First play of the drive gets 5.
David Gears and this Indianapolis offense is having a pretty darn good day.
Here's so far today, 6 receptions on 7 targets, right around 66 yards, but he leaves the field for now as he makes way for the goal line offense. Just got back from injury. Here's a ISO to the left-hand side. That's going to be around after maybe only a couple yards, 2 or 3 all told for Scott, and it's 3rd and short.
That play was actually designed to go up the A gap, but they did a great job, Indianapolis did, of filling that hole. Forced Ballou to bounce the ball outside.
Third and 2, Blanton in the gun, Scott off to his left. Looking to throw. Deep shot over the middle. It is caught in traffic. Zachary Patton again comes up in the clutch.
Wow, and it's a good thing he got down, Tyler, because they were looking to take his head off again. Both these defenses coming to play. Gave the safety just too much to think about with the receiver lined up on the X outside. By the time he made his mind up, it was just a bit too late.
Now to the Indianapolis 40-yard line. 1 wide out to the left, split backs behind Blanton. They're looking to throw. Blanton left side, 4 gears. That's another pickup of 9 yards.
Gears with his 7th catch in this game on 8 targets.
75 yards as well. A huge thanks.
Oh, they're going to challenge it.
Guys in the stat truck, but that stat might be coming off the board. Chad Rowland doesn't like what he sees, and R62 will pop under the hood, and so will we.
Yeah, you talked about it earlier, how it might be too early in the game to burn those challenges. Here with them knotted up at 28 here in the 4th. Decide to do so. Let's get a look at this, Tyler. I think he got the right foot down.
I think he did. This might take a timeout off the board for Indy, but the official call here's from R62.
Oh!
They are going to call it an incomplete pass, partner. I am shocked.
As am I, but wow. K. Stevens, he's just somewhere thinking, I'm no longer alone.
So an incomplete pass brings the ball back to the 40-yard line, 2nd and 10. ISO up the middle, Scott trying to get the yards that were taken off the board. She can only get 2. Now it's 3rd down, 8 yards to go with about 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
And just outside of field goal range. Got to be very careful if you're Seattle right here.
Not throw the ball away. 3rd and 8. 4 wide receivers, 3 off to the left. Here for Seattle. They go near side. That's caught by Patton, and he can get only up to the 34-yard line, which may be in Christian Ronald Sui's range.
It's probably going to be just on the outskirts of it. Let's see what they decide to do. Oh, and they're going to punt this ball.
I think they are going to punt it. I think they're also kicking into the wind, which might have affected that decision. And so it's Lilik Boot.
Look out.
Near his own 50-yard line, gets it away well.
Great
That's
punt.
A good punt. Angled in the direction. It forces Rockefeller to retrieve it, and he does well enough to get up to the 19-yard line on the return. Hey, don't leave the stream without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon on the top banner. The SFL community is 2,000 strong. We'll see you there. This run game for Indianapolis, partner, hasn't amounted to much, going little to nowhere today.
Yeah, they've done a great job of containing this Indianapolis run game. And speaking of helping the SFL, Tyler, we currently have 76 people watching and only 20 likes. Come on, you guys. Want to help the SFL? Smash the like button.
Calling going to look to throw, 2nd down, near side, caught by Roosevelt, and he breaks out of 1 tackle and eventually brought down, but it's too late for Indianapolis to flip the field.
Ryan Roosevelt it's right now playing at an all-star game level throughout this young season so far. Continues to come out here and abuse this Seattle secondary on these deep routes.
And it seems like Seattle's trying to play man on him, trying to force Valentine to cover, and Roosevelt just showing why he's one of the best receivers in this league.
Well, it was zone coverage, Tyler, but he was just a bit late getting over.
We'll see if they go his way, this time lining up on the right side of the formation.
They're going to him.
They will pass right side about 6 yards here for Roosevelt. We go to London, maybe for one final time as for a game break.
Thank you, Tyler. This game has been absolutely exhausting, and everyone emotionally involved is scarred for life. London 48-31, the final over Vegas. London's defense gets 5 sacks, 6 interceptions. Merrill fumbled on a 4th down. Eric Price has thrown 60 times. We're done. Back to you guys.
Good thing that we get a break a little bit after our block here before tonight's game's partner. Pass over the middle goes to Jay Viper to convert the first down.
Yeah, as a coach or a GM or any front office member, as the fans and the players, they love to see that back-to-back action. Coaches, not so much.
Here comes Indianapolis trying to spoil the Seattle party when it looked for a while Seattle might be pulling away, but Indianapolis has stuck with it and stuck with the running game, and Christian Pierce gains about 7 yards before taken down, and right around his best run of the ball game, not really breaking out too much today.
Yeah, that was his best run. It was a good one, too, because they lined up with 4 wide receivers, spread the defense out, runs a strong trap, has the guard pulling, and as a result, they pick up 7. Audible in here.
Back look, as you mentioned, Colin trying to change the play. Pass over the middle, off the helmet of the defender, incomplete. Oh, nearly intercepted.
Wow, I think he might have batted that ball twice. That was outside linebacker Matthias Centron on a deflection, a second-year guy. Wow, I thought that was picked.
He's had 2 of those today, partner. 2 that he's nearly picked. The earlier one could have taken that to the house. That one also probably could have taken him to the house if he had held on to that. Nonetheless, it's 3rd and 3 here for the Ramblers.
Big 3rd down.
Indy has been okay on 3rd downs today. 7 of 13 on 3rd downs. Quick drop pass over the middle in contested coverage, caught by Jay Viper.
And it was just a matter of once he received that reception, was he going to be able to cross the first down marker, and he just did.
163 yards for Colin Pierce today, looking for another touchdown that would give them the lead. Colin over the middle into coverage. Good defense from Citrion again.
And I'm not sure what is in the mind of the young quarterback right here. I know it's the fourth quarter and it's pressure time, but my young man, you got to take a deep breath and relax.
2nd and 10, 4:35 to go here in the 4th quarter. In what has been a fantastic first meeting between Seattle and Indianapolis. We thank you those that are joining us from the London contest, where London took down Las Vegas. Quick drop here from Colin Pierce, looking near side, caught
out of bounds.
Ruled out of bounds. Ryan Roosevelt, the intended target, and Eddie Gage and Tyler Falk here in the booth with you. 3rd down upcoming, partner.
3rd down and long. You're already in field goal range, so this offense needs to be very careful with the football right here. Colin Pierce, take your time, young man. Read the defense.
4 wide receivers and a 3-2 dime. Colin to the middle. Caught! Roosevelt! Touchdown! Indianapolis Ramblers!
You've got to be kidding me. Ryan Roosevelt has victimized this secondary on the outside all game with those corner routes. This time, he takes it to the post. Catches the ball at its highest point, and Indianapolis takes the lead for the first time in the second half, Tyler.
3 passing touchdowns from Colin Pierce, 3 receiving touchdowns for Ryan Roosevelt, and Indianapolis takes its first or second, check that, lead of the ball game late in the fourth quarter. Kiefer's extra point is up and good. 35-28 the score.
4:28 left to play. Seattle with all 3 of their timeouts. We talked about how pressure breaks pipes. Now, Tyler, it's time for Seattle to see if they can answer the call.
If that pressure can make a diamond instead of busting it. Kiefer gets us underway with a big boot. Here comes Gus Scott in the return. He tried to go straight through the kicking team, and he met the turf instead of glory. And now, 1st and 10. Here for the Seattle offense. It's been a so-so day for quarterback Trellis Blanton. He's 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 41 attempts today.
Straight on 1st down. Go to the out route to the outside to David Gears.
We'll go with an out route. They go somewhere else, and that's caught by Patton.
Wow.
Excellent touch on the ball from Blanton to get it to Patton.
Yeah, and he actually got bumped on the route by the corner on the interior of the defense. Was still able to get downfield, and wow, talk about an athletic play. My goodness. Someone clipped that and sent it to SFL archives.
Just out-muscled Ernest McCray Sr. on the right-hand side of the line, and that will keep the chains moving. Still putting in time, and the formation that has worked pretty well for them today, this goal line set, though they do stack in 1 wide receiver here this time. Hand off middle. Blue Scott makes a couple of nice moves, gets 5 on the drive, and she is taken down by Chris Britton.
Averaging 6.5 yards a carry on the day. Wonderful job. Great bounce back for this Seattle run game.
Only about 20 yards or so away from matching her regular season total before coming into today's game. Blanton over the middle, nearly taken away by Adam Wiseman.
Yeah, that time the defense comes out in a 3-robber, single safety high, and actually the other safety, Kanye, was lined up closer to near the line of scrimmage, so if they just remain patient and had someone breaking downfield, that was a chance for a big one.
Oh, 3rd and medium here for Seattle. From their own 46-yard line. 5-step drop pass over the middle, caught by Patton. That'll keep the chains moving down to the 31-yard line.
Both of these teams have shown resilience time and time again in the second half, Tyler. Neither team wants to give up. Great football by both clubs.
Absolutely, and for this to only be the first meeting, this Seattle looking for only their 2nd win in franchise history, they look equal to the task that Indianapolis has displayed before them. This game has gone back and forth through all 44 minutes of action. Blue Scott now going backward for one of the few times in this football game. Chad McDevitt, the left outside linebacker, gets the tackle.
Yeah, that's his first solo tackle of the game. Great time for it, though.
2nd 11. After the tackle for loss by McDevitt, 2 tight ends off right. Scott off center behind Blanton. Blanton over the middle. That's caught by David Gears inside the 10, down to the 7. Here comes Seattle.
And we talked about it again in the first half. The cornerback's job is to force David inside where the safety help is. But Kanye was a step slow getting over there because he had other receivers to think about as well. Great play design by Seattle.
Now into the nitty-gritty. We go. 30 seconds till we hit the 2-minute warning. 1 wide out. That's Gears down near side of your picture. 2 tight ends top of your picture. Quick drop. Pass to Gears. Caught. Touchdown! Seattle! Back
David Gears.
they come!
Seattle has no quit in them. Not just Indianapolis for that matter, but both these clubs continue to fight back and answer the call whenever they're needed. But my only question is, did they leave too much time on the clock? We're still outside the 2-minute warning, Tyler.
You just never know. Both teams' offenses have come to play. The over-under has been smashed wide open in a truly explosive offensive showing from both clubs. This to make it 70 points combined with this extra point from Christian Ronald Sui. Snap spot, kick is up, it is good. Tied again, partner, for I think the 4th or 5th time today.
Yeah. Particularly in their second half, Tyler, they just continue to go back and forth. And now it's Indianapolis' turn to see if they can put up points here with 2:19 left.
35-35 your score line. Seattle's defense will now be called on to hold off the offensive onslaught from the Ramblers, but they have to stop this man, Kanye Rockefeller, on the return, which they do only to the 25-yard line.
Tyler, I don't know if you've seen it, but Gene Benazzi, he has this graph that's updated live as the game progresses. And right now, he's telling us that Indianapolis has a 55% chance to win this game.
Well, partner, where can people go check out this graphic?
Well, he shares it in Gen Chat occasionally, but I'll get him to see if he can share it somewhere else where all of us have access to it.
That's SFL Discord Gen Chat. Go ahead and check out the Discord after you head to the official website, simulationfl.net. Look, the banner at the top of your screen will have this Discord icon. Quick pass, 2 yards, 2nd down. They hurry back to the line and snap it before the 2-minute warning. Pass right side, wide open receiver. That one goes to Jeff Banfield to the 42-yard line, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. An exciting contest will come to a close one way or the other. This is the SFL.
We're in for a photo finish, I believe, Tyler.
And what a better place to do it where they have the Indianapolis 500 and so many great races. IndyCar comes here all the time, the home of IndyCar. And now the home of the Ramblers as they try to polish off the nemesis one last time. All slants, instead they dump it off to Christian Pierce out of the backfield. Christian Pierce knocked out of bounds after taking 7 yards.
Stayed in bounds. I thought that left foot was headed out of bounds, but he did a great job of cutting back inside. Makes it a 2nd and 3.
Minute 50 to go now. Here in the final frame of regulation. That man, Ryan Roosevelt, 3 touchdowns on the ball game. Can he add a 4th to his ledger?
And look out, gun straight versus this 3-2 dime.
Pierce, deep shot into coverage, caught inside the 30-yard line. It's Randy Pierce, the tight end.
And they brought the safety down in coverage again, and the ball goes and sails right over his head. Ryan Roosevelt is a problem for this league.
And now they're inside field goal range with the wind to their back. Seattle need a stop. Pass over the middle, caught by Roosevelt. There's a 1st down. Seattle calls their first of 3 timeouts.
I don't think I've seen 3 receivers all boxed up together in the area so much before in my life. Watch this on a replay. They're all lined up together. My goodness.
You got Viper coming across from the right-hand side. You've got Roosevelt and the tight end Pierce all corralled there as well. But somehow one of them picks up the football. And now inside the red zone from the 16-yard line, we might see them go to the ground game with Christian Pierce.
I think they're going to try to force Seattle to burn the timeouts.
They've ran a pitch play out of this formation a couple of times. We'll see if they go back to it. No, run up the middle. The defense, the run defense for Seattle has been fantastic. And they call their 2nd timeout. If they can hold them here without letting Indianapolis get a 1st down, they'll have some time, but they'll have no timeouts.
Correct. This is what Max Paul, coach of Florida, calls lemon booty time.
Puckered lips.
Yes.
Crossed fingers. trying to make a difference. Final timeout is called as Christian can only manage a yard, and it's 3rd and 11.
Final timeout for Seattle called. Let's see if Indianapolis tries to air this ball out for a first down or a touchdown, or if they get conservative and allow more time to clear off the clock with the run.
I think it'd be a mistake to air the football out.
And that's exactly what they're going to do.
One mistake could be the difference.
Now, Seattle is lined up deep here with the corners. They're anticipating that fade again.
Colin to the middle of the end zone. Picked
oh, my goodness.
In the end zone. They've thrown the ball away, and Seattle haven't.
And this time they lined up single high safety again, Tyler. But he was lined up in the middle of the field deep, where he read the entire second receiving core from left to right. Stayed home this time, though, Tyler. Picked it off, and now with 1 minute and 7 seconds left, no timeouts, though. Let's see what Seattle does.
Here we go. 1 minute, 7 seconds to go. No timeouts for the Nemesis to get their first away win in franchise history. Only the second as well. Deep shot, middle. That one's bobbled and picked up again. This time by Indy. And they regain possession. And there's no timeouts for Seattle. The defense will have to stop them before they can get into field goal range.
Wow, talk about one of the craziest fourth quarters, hell, second half in SFL history I've ever been a part of, as that ball was bobbled around and eventually intercepted by this Indianapolis secondary. And wow, now they have to be strategic with how they move the ball downfield because, as you said, Tyler, they are not in field goal range just yet.
It's a little bit of chaos, a little bit of madness, but it all comes down to this. Whether we see extra football or one of these teams takes the victory in regulation. 4 wide receivers here for Colin Pierce. He's going to look to throw. Slant pattern over the middle. Bobbled and nearly picked off with a 3rd straight play in a row.
Ryan Roosevelt, he should be staying to the outside where he's beating this secondary time and time again, but they're trying to fool him there. Goes inside on a 90-yard slants play, and that look at that ball wasn't picked off.
Still a tie ball game, only a couple seconds off the clock. 55 ticks remain in the 4th quarter. 3 wide. They go with a run up the middle. Christian Pierce tackled at the 40-yard line, and now it's Indy who calls a timeout.
Yeah, I actually like that play because Seattle's got to be thinking pass, and they actually run the ball up the middle, picks up a few yards. They're going to bring up a critical 3rd down and 7.
I don't think Kiefer has the range to hit from, 60 yards plus. They have to get it inside the 30-yard line. 5 wide receivers. Last time they tried this formation out, it ended in a pick. Can they redeem themselves? Near side, Roosevelt knocked aside by Daniel Valentine.
Yeah. Seattle said, not this time. We've seen this movie before, time and time again. Heck, we've seen the movie, the rerun, the sequel, and everything else. They got tired of Ryan Roosevelt victimizing this secondary, did something about it, and they're going to force Indianapolis to punt.
No, here comes the offense on 4th and 7. They're going for it all.
My goodness, I don't think I've ever seen this, Tyler.
Here we go. 4th down, Colin Pierce over the middle. Pierce! And that should do it if they can get back to the line.
Wow.
They have thrown the Nemesis for a loop. They go to throw again, this time to the right-hand side, and knocked out of bounds is Jeff Banfield with 31 seconds to go.
And now they are definitely in field goal range. Talk about the heart, the courage of this Indianapolis coaching staff. Adam Wiseman, Chad Rowland thinking, man, should we go for it? Should we punt it? They decide to go for it, and now they are in prime position to secure a win.
Colin Pierce will stand under center. They will pitch it to Christian, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. No further. The clock will be left to drain, and it will fall to the leg of Top Kiefer to try and put Indianapolis back in the win column.
Yeah, they're going to milk this clock. I think they're just going to sit on it and burn the timeout with about 3 seconds left.
4-3, there's
there
the timeout. they will trot out Top Kiefer for only his second game. This only the first meeting between the two clubs, becoming one of the best in this young season, an early candidate for game of the year.
Without a doubt.
Biggest kick in Indianapolis Rambler football history. Biggest field goal chance block upcoming for Seattle's young history. Here it is. The game on the leg of Top Kiefer from 38 yards out and the left hash. This
left to right
to win it. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good! The Ramblers roll on to victory in walk-off fashion, 38-35 in a fantastic football game.
And you can hear the fans go ballistic once that ball crossed between the uprights. And wow, talk about sending the fans home happy, but wow, did they have to earn it.
And for Seattle, it was just a fantastic game, partner. They did everything. Blanton and Patton and Gears and that defense did as much as they could, but 2 more turnovers, including the one they gave right back to Indy at the end of the game, was the difference.
Along with the turnover they had when they were already in field goal range, Tyler, I think those are the keys as to why they lost this football game. But Seattle should keep their heads high. They got a lot of things done. They had over 70% completion percentage, 4 touchdown passes. They got their running back, Baloo Scott, involved, 16 carries for 97 yards and a touchdown. Also got her 5 receptions for 12 yards, Tyler. Seattle, keep your head up. You guys are definitely headed in the right direction. We have nothing to be ashamed of if you guys came all out, give an all-out effort, and it took a punt return from Kanye Rockefeller. Interceptions, 4 of them, and you still just barely walked out of here with a loss. Keep your heads high. You guys showed a lot of improvement today, and Seattle is on the up.
And for that young franchise, a lot of these guys only 2, maybe 3 seasons in the league, just a fantastic display of effort against another young franchise in the Ramblers. But again, getting to the quarterback, forcing mistakes, that's Indianapolis football for you.
Yep.
4 interceptions, 1 sack from Mac Dre on the day, partner. But it was Ryan Roosevelt's day today as well. 3 long touchdown receptions and a fantastic effort. Partner, your player of the game from a whole host of players that could be chosen for the award.
To me, it's got to be Ryan Roosevelt. We talked about it pre-game. Leads the team in receptions and targets. He's amongst the SFL leaders in that category as well. Pulled down 3 big touchdowns. All of them came in key moments. Ryan Roosevelt, as I said, is a problem for this league. And he reminds me of their receiving core out in Baltimore, the way he's able to continuously come up with big catches to move the chains.
And so we get the call from the pundits maybe one final time after this 4th down gutsy play call. They find Pierce in just a spectacular play call from Indianapolis, which seals the deal eventually with a field goal to end it. Your player of the game here from Indianapolis is Ryan Roosevelt. 218 yards on 14 receptions, and that hat trick of touchdowns. For my partner, Eddie Gage, and for our folks in the booth, Stephen Hacker, Jason Clay, and Ramos Lynn, I've been Tyler Falk. For all of us, we'll see you later tonight for more action. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Arizona, I love y'all! Yo, we got a big game win yesterday, 2nd week in a row. We had to play in the snow. We got the job done. Arizona, thank you for that trophy you guys sent me. You guys are wonderful. Best locker room in the SFL. Arizona, let's go get another one next week.